Apologies. Apologies. A few little technical errors have occurred, but we are back.
Auto shutdown cancelled.
We are all good. Very sorry to leave you guys hanging, but I had no internet and nowhere to tell you. But of course, we are back tonight with Green Black Depths. Going through Legacy League, maybe 2. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to assume it's a pretty quick deck, but there are going to be some games where I believe it's just going to grind out as well. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a pretty fun deck. You can see the deck list, of course, just by going over the Cardboard Live function. So that should be on the right-hand side of the screen. It looks like the back of 3 Magic cards, and you can click on that and look at all the other, look at all the cards within the list. I'll actually show you guys just while this is loading. So if we look at this, you can bring this out and then look over each card, which is really sick, and actually uses the right artwork. All right, straight in. Could use those play points. Pretty good feeling about tonight. I don't know why. Something about Dark Depths just gets me going. Just winning through a 2020 seems pretty good. I actually saw that James doesn't run the what is the card that you can sacrifice a creature and deal damage to target player equal to its power of power? It's a card in the sideboard sometimes. It's a sorcery. It's 1 and a black. It is called... Chat, you got me? Oh, what's it called? Oh, I know it. I know it even. We'll get there. Temptation something? No, that's not it. Ah, that's killing me. We're gonna have a little look. Here we go. Dark Depths. What is it called? It's not there. Rite of Consumption. There we go. We're not playing Rite of Consumption. Although a pretty sweet card. So I don't mind this hand. A turn 1 Bayou into Thoughtseize. The Steppe's a little bit annoying to have in the opener, but I think we have a pretty good package otherwise. This hand is pretty bad against Wasteland. We are on the draw. And we do play 27 lands. And Mox Diamonds as well. I think this is a keep. The Thoughtseize is really nice turn 1. We have Hexmage, so we could go for something like a turn 3 Hexmage. I think the best way to learn this deck is just to play it, so... being able to play with hands where I have 7 is pretty good, even if they may be on the borderline of not keepable. We'll keep them. Especially because the percentages of a land off the top is pretty good. Thoughtseize, okay. Most likely taking our own Thoughtseize. I'm going to assume this is Storm, but you never know. I'm not sure if I played against Mola before, but I guess we'll find out in due course. Taking the Thoughtseize is a little bit of a showing that they are Storm. Another Hexmage isn't great. I think I just play this tapped and then pass turn. This means that next time, even if we don't draw a land, we can hopefully draw into... We can at least play the library. Against Storm, the hand disruption seems really good. There's a Wasteland. So maybe this is something like a Grixis deck. Grixis Delver, perhaps. There's a Thoughtseize. I think because of our current situation, we'll just go for a Bayou anyway. They have Wastelanded us, but I'm not sure if they have another one. I don't want to get mana screwed too badly, so I'm happy here just to Thoughtseize and see what we're playing against. Brainstorm seems pretty good. Get to hide the cards that you don't want to get Thoughtseized. You can then draw them on the previous turns. Force. Oh, this is like a ninjas deck, perhaps. So Hexmage seems pretty good. We'll definitely take a little snip of this, just so we know which lands are left in the hand. Take the Force and pass. Beautiful. Crop rotation, interesting. I think all we can do is Safekeeper pass. Not the greatest of plays, but like a land drop there would have been awesome to get the Sylvan Library on
Charge
online.
complete.
Snapcaster Thoughtseize, perhaps? I'm going to assume taking the Sylvan Library. Although crop rotation is a little bit scary for them, I guess. Not so much that we only have one land, though. Most likely the Library. This game's already getting kind of mid-gamey, so the Library's going to do a hell of a lot to get me back in this game. They're going to take the rotation. Interesting. So they have 3 cards in hand, and we know about a Polluted Delta. Sorry, a Flooded Strand. And a Mutavault. So we know 2 of the cards in hand. There's a Bayou, which is nice. I actually like just playing the Sylvan Library here. And passing turn. Seeing we're on 17, we can be pretty aggressive with this Sylvan Library. Especially with Hexmage being a first striker. I don't think I'll block the Snapcaster here. I think I'll just keep this Sylvan Safekeeper around for at least another turn. See what's on top. We do have the out of playing Dark Depths and just playing Hexmage. There's one half. I don't mind the Wasteland just to draw some time. I might pay 4 life. Just so we can dig a bit deeper next turn. And most likely just have the stage in hand. Other way around. It's fine. So Wasteland. We'll play a Hexmage. This really turns off all their attacks, which is pretty nice. But I think we'll keep this Wasteland around for Mutavault. Because they already have lands in hand, I don't think there's any benefit to not Wasteland here. Sorry, to Wasteland here compared to in their turn. I'd rather just see if they actually try to activate a Mutavault. Edict. Okay, I think I'm happy to get rid of the Safekeeper here. This is great for blocking. This could be a Gurmag. Or another Edict. Wow, okay. It's gonna be fine. Guess we'll sack our creature. Nice that they use them there, though. Means they're not around for our Dark Depths, which hopefully comes soon. We do get to have a little look. Mox Diamond Decay. I think we put back the Decay. And probably even just put back the Mox Diamond. We don't really want to go to 3. So they can get in for 2 if they really want. Okay. They're gonna try to go all in, I guess. Maybe they drew into a ninja and they just want to get in. No attacks. Okay. Urborg. I kind of like the Urborg. Actually, I kind of like the Abrupt Decay, sorry. So let's just... I think we just pass. We could Inquisition if we really wanted to. I don't mind Inquisition Safekeeper. I think we actually knew about that. No, we didn't know about that Flooded Strand because they've already played one. So we're just going to sit back. We know 2 of the top 2, which isn't the greatest feeling. I'd really like the 3rd one to be the Dark Depths or a Crop Rotation so we could shuffle them away. Jace is fine. Jace bounce. I don't mind sacking this stage here. And giving it Shroud. Means they don't have good attacks, and next turn we can even just try to attack the Jace. Well, that's not great. I mean, we can try to attack into the Jace here and see if they trade their Mutavault for the Hexmage, which I think they would. Could even swing both and make sure that Jace takes some damage here, which I don't mind. I don't mind trading the Safekeeper for the Mutavault if it means we get through the to the Jace. Wow, okay, so they're actually going to trade the Jace away. Interesting. It's going to be fine. End of combat. Interesting. I think we definitely just take this and try to shuffle. To the old past turn. So do get a new look next turn, which is really nice. So we have some pretty good outs in Crop Rotation, in Dark Depths itself. We'll probably just get another Bayou. It's not like we're playing around Wasteland anyway. Hey all! Haha! That's nice. Dark Confidant, okay. I think we just put these 2 back on top. We could have, of course, paid the life to get the stage to copy the Wasteland, so that the previous turn we could actually try to Wasteland the Wasteland. Which I think I might just do this turn, is keeping the Thespian stage, unless we see a Wasteland. Safekeeper's pretty good, but I think Thespian stage is better. Playing past. This also means we have 2 ways to get rid of it, which is nice. However, Jace Bounce is also something that they might have. I think here we just go for it. Those Thespian stage, copy Dark Depths. If they respond, we can respond with Hexmage. Fatal Push. So I guess that's a reason to play the Hexmage first. I guess we'll target it. That's definitely a little bit of a misplay there. There's really no reason to go for Thespian stage first over Wasteland. However, we could have... They could have done it so we lost both lands if they wait for the second trigger. Oh, there's I cannot see chat for some reason, but now I see chat and you guys have actually been there the whole time. Yeah, ninjutsu's a big thing. We needed a copy of Wasteland. Yeah, always do the Hex first. That's fair enough. That's just literally because I have no ability with the deck. So we'll put this on top, put this on top, and just play the Dark Confidant. Counterspell's pretty good. We can copy the Thespian state. Sorry, we can definitely copy the Mutavault at end step, so we get a blocker next turn if we really need one. To be fair, I actually should have copied it before damage. Oh, now I can't even copy it. That's hilarious. I think now we just die. There's a rotation, but Spell's got a Sprite. I guess we can see what happens. Yeah, we know they have Spell Stutter. So that's pretty rough. I should definitely have done their Hexmage first. Jitesh, a big hello. Salty, a big hello. Grid GM, a big hello. So sideboarding is going to be pretty interesting. I think the discard is still pretty good. What do I really like? I kind of like Liliana in this sort of matchup to force them to play threats. I can probably go down on an Abrupt Decay. I can probably even go down on some form of discard. We saw there that they went down to... I still could have copied at end step, that's very correct. I just choose not to because I conceded in my head before I conceded online. So that was a little bit rough. I think Dryad Arbor is okay, seeing that we saw the sack effects in Diabolic Edict, so maybe Dryad Arbor can just be a replacement for the Steppe. What do we really like? I kind of like Liliana in this sort of matchup to force them to play threats. I think the discard is still pretty good. I I don't mind something like Marsh Casualties in case they bring in something like Bitter Blossom. Choke seems actually, yeah, really good. Thank you for saying that. So maybe the Inquisition can come out. I kind of still like the Thoughtseize. We can probably go down to just 3 Thoughtseize and just go with what we have here. Still keeping the main focus of the deck. Yeah. Pretty happy with this. Would love to play first. Turn 1 Bob. Turn 1 Bob's pretty nice because then we can even scry and crop on the same turn if we wanted to. This seems like a great hand. Any hand that can play a turn 1 Bob is a good hand in my opinion. So I think here we just go Forest, so I can't get Wastelanded. Mox Diamond. Pitching Verdant. Play Bob. Fatal Push is always going to be something that they could answer this with that's going to be pretty good for them. But no. Okay. Choke. Now they know about it. Not as great. I think I'm happy here to definitely attack first. And then maybe just play the choke. There's nothing else we can really do that's going to be great. I mean, we could have played Sylvan Scrying to get one of the pieces, and then crop rotated for the other piece next turn. Maybe that's better than choke. Maybe choke is actually worth trying to get a force out or something like that. So might as well set this up for some sort of... Okay. I was going to say some sort of counter, but it's going to resolve, which is quite nice. Not too sure what they have in the main deck that can get rid of it. Windswept Heath's nice. Verdant Catacombs. Okay, so 2 lands isn't the greatest, but what we do get to do here is... Definitely not attack. Pog. Nightfall in 1. You said Pog. What is Pog? I wish I knew what Pog meant. I think I just want a Sylvan Scrying. If I wanted to, I could even Scrying for a Wasteland. I don't mind actually going... They're going to Flusterstorm it. That's interesting. Especially because it taps their island for so long. I can't pay for it, so I might as well just let it resolve. To clarify, he meant... we will not pay for this. Let's just play the Verdant. Actually, Verdant gets both basics, so I'm going to play the Windswept Heath. We can attack. That's always pretty cool. And then just pass turn. There's nothing else that's really relevant. We could crop rotation for a Wasteland if we wanted to. But I think that's a little bit aggressive. We're so close to actually just having our combo that the crop rotation really helps. Double Mutavault, interesting. They're going to get in. Okay. I guess Dark Confidant in a way is... Oh, that doesn't do a lot. I think I want to crop at the end of their turn, next turn, and then just try to hit the other piece. Play a land, and just pass turn. Just remember that Mutavault makes black mana. Oh, interesting. Of course. Thank you very much for that. So here we go. There's a Mutavault. So I think here we just crop away the basic forest to get Dark Depths. I want to get Dark Depths over stage because an out next turn is Hexmage or stage, but if we get stage we really just need Dark Depths. This also turns on the other crop rotations as well, which is nice. Yeah, sadly the kicked Marsh Casualties is a sorcery speed spell, but you never know. You never know. There's stage. So that works out pretty well. So we have mana both for Dark Depths, and if they play a Wasteland, we can Wasteland with crop rotation. If we made it now, they do have the out of playing an island, fetching for another island, and jacing and bouncing. There's the Wasteland. Crucible. That's going to be fine. So here we want to fetch once. Get a Bayou. Fetch twice. Get a Bayou. See if this crop rotation works. It does. We'll hit their Wasteland. They'll go after the stage. In response, we will copy this Dark Depths, and they're just going to concede. Okay. No real changes. Pretty happy with how the deck's going. Let's just submit this. Probably scared of something like Bitter Blossom, so maybe Trophy or Abrupt Decay is a little bit better than something like Thoughtseize, but we can see. GD also makes mana. It does. That is very true. I think this hand's fine. It's a turn 1 Sylvan Library, which is really nice. Inquisition is fine. This Inquisition's pretty hard. The Mox Diamond is going to get us ahead on mana. The Sylvan Library is really good for us. The Choke's really bad for them. And the crop rotation is the other half of the combo. So they go for the Choke. Which is fair enough. Makes a lot of sense. Another Mox Diamond. I think I just get the forest here. Do I want to play around Days? Is there Days in this deck? Should I literally pretty much get rid of my hand to Days? I don't think so. Cool. Control doesn't play Days. Cool. It does play a lot like a Delver deck in a way, so just want to make sure. Thoughtseize. I think we just take all of this. So we can Thoughtseize them first. Liliana's pretty good. They also have a Wasteland. We can cast this Mox. Pitch the Swamp. Definitely getting down on life. This Baleful Strix could just get there with this Dark Confidant in play. Obviously hope it doesn't, but you never know. Sylvan Library definitely helps. So really want to flip a land here so then we can just go lands the whole way. Oh, that's pretty good, but it's also pretty good for us. Thespian stage. Put on top, put on top. I think we play stage here. And then try to Lily. Probably hold up crop rotation just in case. They probably have the force for this with the blue card. They didn't before, so they drew a blue card. Still, okay, spell starter sprite. That is fine. Yeah, it's very true. Bob's gonna do, Library's gonna do a lot of work this game, which is nice. I think we just put back... So how do we win next turn? We have access to 4 mana. Can we double crop rotate? If we play an Urborg, you can definitely crop for Wasteland. Can we also crop for Dark Depths? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana with Urborg. That means I can use 1 mana going to 4 for crop rotation for a Wasteland, and then another crop rotation with the other source. I think that's fine. Put on top. Put on top. Play this Urborg. Just hope they don't have another Wasteland, I guess. Thoughtseize. Alright, so I guess we gotta do everything now. So let's float a green, float a black, float a green, crop rotate the forest. I think the issue is here we have to have another land to crop rotate. No, because we already have 2 in pool. That should be fine. So now we can Wasteland them. To get a Dark Depths, we have the mana to actually create it as well. And then just hopefully not die to our Bob. Hey, we get it. Okay. Copy Dark Depths. Hopefully I know how this works. So we'll keep this one. That goes on the stack. We get our 2020. It can block the Baleful. It can block the Baleful Strix, so we don't die to a 3-drop, which is really nice. What's on top? Ah, Abrupt Decay. That wins us. That wins the game, surely. Does that just win it? Ah! Oh. Nice. I think 3 is the biggest, but he's already drawn it. Yeah, so I believe I had another Choke and another Liliana in there. So that was pretty good, because then, yeah, I can just... What are the other 2 cards? Dark Depths and Dryad Arbor, so dead cards. Nice. Nice to get there. Definitely a little bit on the shaky side, but hopefully I will learn this deck pretty quick. Crop Rotation's a hell of a card. Crop Rotation is probably one of the best tutors in Legacy, actually, when you think about it. Up there with Green Sun Zenith, up there with Inferno Tutor. Feels good. Let's update that editor because we aren't playing Reanimator anymore. Who will join? We're currently 1-0. Interesting hand. Very all-in. Only 1 land. The Mox doesn't do much. Is it too much to ask for good for Modern? Can we get Crop Rotation in Modern Horizons? Crop Rotations would be interesting in Modern. I mean, it'd be pretty good in Tron, I guess. Maybe like Yawgmoth decks. Let's mull this hand. It's not the greatest, so we have to draw a land to have a turn 1 Bob. If this Mox Diamond gets dazed, we're pretty much all out, so... Pretty happy to mull. I think this deck might mull pretty well. This hand's pretty fine. We'll keep this. Catacombs go to the bottom. Yeah, it seems pretty good in Amulet as well. Did not think of that. Oh, this looks like some sort of Death and Taxes matchup. I swear I bottomed that. Let's just go with the Verdant because it plays around Wasteland and past. It also plays around Richmond Port, which is nice. Doesn't really give away anything. Volcanic. Okay, maybe it was just a really bad start from Miracles. I think I'm happy to fetch here. Probably just get basics to play around. Back to basics, although they're already on that land. So we could just have the win here if we really wanted it. I think we play Mox Diamond first. Probably discard the Verdant. Play Bayou. Play Hexmage. Yeah, I'd love them to fight over the Hexmage for sure. Looks like a predict. Okay. Mox Diamond was actually pretty much a perfect draw there. Even just the thought of holding up Crop Rotation is really nice. Von Snickety, welcome to the channel. Hope all is well is down in Sydney. Hope all is well down in Sydney. There we go, got it out. Not playing your boy Storm yet, but that would force their hand on forcing the Hexmage probably. Yeah, that's fair enough. And it looks like they will, which is a little win for us. Yeah, that's fair enough. Artillery Frost, that's a very... They've missed a land drop as well, wow, okay. I think we still just go for Hexmage here. Seven flying lifelink. Hey, I can do better with a 2020. It's gonna resolve. I think we still just play the stage anyway and just pass turn. Another missed land drop. I don't think I go for it here. I think I just wait and see what we can do. We can even play the Safekeeper here and pretty much be good for it. What do they name? Targeting us. Interesting. I think they'd be better off targeting themselves, naming like a fetch land that they might know as a 4 of in the deck still. Names Dark Depths, puts Dark Confidant. Pretty close. Pretty close name. I'll be honest. So I really like here just playing Safekeeper and then just holding up Mox Diamond. I don't want to run into a Terminus. I think we just win here because of the Safekeeper. Yeah, they're going to predict straight away. Okay. I think we do it here. What can they do? I don't think they can do anything. If anything, it gives them another card for maybe like a Force of Will in hand. So maybe we just jam Crop Rotation now. They're going to force it. It's going to be fine. What did they force with? Snapcaster and Jace. Okay. That's pretty rough for them. Still no third land. Do I want to keep this Thoughtseize for when I want to go for it? Or do I just want to Thoughtseize now? We're going to attack first and see what happens. I don't mind swordsing now just to see what's in their hand. Okay. So I think we care about the council's judgment the most. So let's take the judgment because the other cards don't do much with Sylvan Safekeeper out. We can also be really aggressive with this Sylvan Library as well, because they really have no pressure. Hexmage also a really good answer to a late game Jace as well. Counterbalance might get slightly awkward, but it means they need to draw into something that's pretty good. I think we definitely... probably sack the Swamp. They don't have a follow-up. Inquisition, okay. I think we just put back and pay this. Not because we can cast it, but because I just want to take some cards out of the deck so I can start seeing more with the library. We can Inquisition here and take the other Snapcaster. I think Snapcaster's probably... so they're pretty... they're down on mana, so maybe Snapcaster isn't the best. I think probably Mentor Pass is their best play. So let's take the Mentor. We'll attack with all creatures. They can't put in anything else. I don't think they can snap in Force of Will the way you think they can, because they can't pay the alternate free cost. I guess we'll just save this Sylvan again. And then take the snap, hopefully, next turn. We only need the Dark Depths to win, so even a land and crop rotation does it. This could be counterbalance. Okay. I can take it all. I was going to say I can keep the Mox Diamond to play it first to see what's on top. But if I just Abrupt Decay this turn, I don't really care. So we can put this on top. We can pay 4 life for this. We can fetch a Bayou. We don't have to Decay right now. We can see what they do in their turn first. I know they have Snapcaster in hand, right? So they only have 1 card in hand. Yeah, Ambush Viper's a little bit scary too. There's Terminus. That's pretty good. Can't do much about that. I'd rather have them in the deck. Any order is fine. At least this means we should be able to get the Snapcaster out of their hand for no real good value. Another Sylvan Library is not the greatest. Sylvan Scrying and Bog. I don't mind the Bog. And the Scrying. Yeah, I think I want to probably play the Bog. Keep Scrying on top. This turns the Snapcaster off for the whole turn, which is nice. I think if I tap out for the Scrying, they might just play the Snapcaster in their end step. But here they might just keep the Snapcaster. It's tough because they have no real reason to keep the Snapcaster around, but they do, which is nice for us. Yeah, I really thought they'd put it in, especially because they had no real way of getting value out of it either way. We can Scrying for Dryad Arbor if we want to have a blocker, which is definitely something that I could be thinking about down the line. Crop rotation. So that's definitely going on top. Can we pay another 4? Yeah, we can. I'm just going to Scrying here. It is a 2-turn clock, and I'm pretty happy to get Dark Depths. Play Dark Depths. Past turn. I'm just going to crop now while I can. I was going to get Dryad Arbor, but I don't think they can get through Thespian stage anyway. It puts us at 2, which is going to be fine. Jace is pretty good. Jace doesn't kill us because we can create the 20/20 in an end step. And we can also still fetch for Dryad Arbor to block the Snapcaster Mage if we really need to. I think let's put these back. Now I see what you're saying. Yeah, so of course we have to block next turn. If we play the Confidant, we still can't get through. Just a little bit too aggressive with Sylvan Library, it all came down to. Alright. Fair play. Fair play. Massive misplay on my behalf. Put back Inquisition on top. Put on top, put on top. We die either way. Yeah. I guess we can Thoughtseize them. We get to see that one card before we die. It's a Snapcaster. Okay. So the decays are really nice still. I'm not too sure what goes out. I probably want the Duress. I probably want the Chokes. And I probably want the Liliana. Not sure how many. So that's 6. I can probably go down on Safekeepers if I'm going after their hand so much. I'm looking at Terminus as the biggest downside. Because I'm bringing in so much discard, maybe I can go down on a Decay because I could probably take a counterbalance instead of actually destroying one. Can probably also drop a Thoughtseize for a Duress. So Duress coming in as my second for my third Abrupt Decay and my fourth Thoughtseize. Steppe is still pretty good, and of course, Dryad Arbor is in the sideboard. That's my bad. Maybe the rotations. They could just 2-for-1 us a lot. Maybe down one Lily. And maybe... Library's so good. Maybe down a Bayou. Go down to 26 lands. Yeah, that does protect it. I'm going to go down on Urborg. It's a legendary land. Let's just play with this 60 and see how we go. Would love to play first. And this hand's okay. It's a turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Bob. I'm pretty happy with that. I wish this Windswept Heath could get a black mana in a swamp so we could actually just go sort of basic free. Surgical, interesting. I think we just take Ponder here. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I don't like taking... I think the value's in Snap, but the actual start of the game's in Ponder, so I kind of like slowing them down in that fashion. Surgical's interesting. I guess it does work pretty well. There's Tarn. Sylvan Library. I think Library's better than Bob. We can't really attack with Bob anyway, because they would just trade it for the Snapcaster. So maybe we just go for Library here. We also get to look deeper, which is nice. But maybe I actually should have thought of their playing the Bayou, because then I could go Hexmage next turn with Dark Depths. Of course. Ah, interesting. Last Hope. Let's put this on the bottom, but pay... No, let's just put that on top. What do they have? Flusterstorm. Flusterstorm does nothing. Yeah, it's gonna resolve. That's nice. Pass back. Tundra. Counterbalance. That's going to be fine. Could try to play both of these this turn if we wanted to. We'll see what's on top. We'll play the Bob first. Force a Will, okay. So maybe I'll just jam this now, if we know there's not a Terminus on top either. They could Surgical their own land, and then just get a free shuffle off it if they really wanted to. Interesting. Sword the Bob. Okay. Crop rotation's nice. I don't mind putting this on top, paying for this, throwing away this Thoughtseize to see what's on top. Flusterstorm. Okay, so we can't crop rotate, but we can play this Dark Depths. Yeah, okay. Just kick back the same list, I guess. There's not too much I want to change, I don't think. Yeah, let's just go back with the same list. We saw their hand disruption did a whole lot of work, which is always nice. I think they just conceded because they saw a third land wasn't coming, which is pretty rough for Miracles. I mean, usually they're a deck that quite easily gets to 3 mana through cantrips or just having it naturally in hand. I think a lot of Miracles players probably keep a 3-lander, or maybe even a 4. Probably more a 1 or 2. They're pretty greedy, those Miracles players. There's this one guy, Jatesh. Ugh. Love Jatesh. What do we get? Decay for counterbalance is in hand, which is nice. I don't mind this hand. Yeah, I don't mind this hand. We don't have a coloured mana. Only through Mox Diamond. The Lily and Abrupt Decay are pretty far off. Yes, that guy. Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll mulligan this, Chris. This hand's okay. Urborg, not really what we want. Kind of want some sort of hand disruption. Ride the Bob? Yeah, no, for sure. Interesting. Turn 1 Brainstorm. Okay. Are they gonna like storm off now? Is this a Cyrus thing? Bayou. I might just fetch here for a basic forest. Play Safekeeper. And then maybe even next turn get a basic swamp off a fetch land if I draw one, just to play a little bit around back to basics. Although Sylvan Safekeeper does a really good job of making the lands actually mean something. Duress is interesting. Is Duress and another Safekeeper better than Dark Confidant? I don't mind Duress. I don't mind Duress. It plays around Counterspell. I kind of like looking at the hand. They probably have a lot of good 3-drops as well. I'm going to fetch. If this draws a Counterspell, I'd be pretty happy, I think. Counterspell, okay. This also taps him out so I can safely attack with the Safekeeper. They can't ambush Viper us. Do I want to play another Safekeeper? They did Brainstorm, so maybe they brainstormed to put a Terminus on top just really quickly. I can cast the second Safekeeper next turn anyway, so I'm pretty happy just to pass. And maybe 1 for 1. They did fetch, that's very true. Swords. I think that's going to be fine. We do have a second one coming. Which of course we play first before the Dark Confidant, so they can't Swords the Bob. Okay, that's something. So I think here we just play Safekeeper. And now play Bob. And then just have Dark Depths up next turn, hopefully. Mentor's fine. Mentor's a little bit late. Mox Diamond? Oh, okay. So we just played the Dark Depths for sure. Let me just pass. So now they have to have Terminus. Because Supreme Verdict doesn't do it against Dark Depths. We're at 20, so Mentor is not a threat right now. Safekeeper is a great way to keep the Dark Depths out of Swords to Plowshare's range. I think even if they Swords the Bob, we'd be more than fine with it. Yeah, they don't have an out, so they're just going to concede there. And we're going to run into 2-0. So that's pretty cool. Little dance for you. Yeah, nice way to start the league. pretty fun deck too. I'm not going to lie. I have actually seen versions with Blooming Marsh as a cheap Bayou, which seem okay, but fetching Bayou here has been a pretty big way to keep some of the hand, so I'm not too sure how good that is if you're wanting to play the deck really competitive. I've definitely seen it 5-0 with Blooming Marshes. I think Submerge is pretty old tech, but of course it does play around Submerge, which is cool. Nightfall in 1, you were correct. There are crabs at 2-0. So pretty happy about that. I'm not a crab fan myself, but maybe you are. Maybe you like your crabs. I don't know what that is. Very cool as well to see the announcement that the new London Mulligan rule will be in effect on MTGO for testing in the upcoming near future, which is pretty sweet. So it'll be really cool to see how it plays around for things like the sort of combo decks in Legacy, or maybe even something like shops in Vintage, and how mulling for a workshop can really go. I think we all know the implications of what it has on Dredge, with pretty much being able to always mull at least for Bazaar. I think before the London Mulligan rule, it was about a 94% chance that if you mull down to 1, you're going to hit Bazaar within your hand samples, but now it's up to like 99%, which is pretty cool. While we are waiting, a big shout out to MTG Mate and Nick, who is currently in Japan, going to GP Kyoto, I think it is, the owner of MTG Mate, who is a sponsor of this channel. So if you are after singles in paper form, definitely check out mtgmate.com.au. Dukes will get you 5% off all singles, which is pretty sweet. Nick's got some pretty good rates. It is Australian, of course, so if you're in the US, you are going to get some pretty good deals, because these cards are pretty much neg 30% already because of the exchange rate. If you're from around Australia, definitely check it out. I had some really good feedback from a guy in Perth who actually watched this stream and got some cards off Nick with the discount, which is cool. And the other one, of course, is Card Hoarder. So Card Hoarder actually gave me this deck to try out through their learning system at no cost, which is really cool. Very cool to have them on board as a sponsor. They've really only been the way that I've got cards for online before they were a sponsor anyway, so it worked out really well. That's it. That is my spiel. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So we're currently 2-0 up against Miracles and I believe Grixis Delver. Lieutenant Obvious, +1 MTG Mate. It's pretty obvious to Lieutenant Obvious, but yes, +1 MTG Mate. You know what, how about +2? I can definitely see the effects of Arena still around, with a few of these leagues being a little bit hard to get through without some sort of time in queue, which is fair enough. We've definitely seen some pretty awesome feedback on Arena. I mean, I'm not a standard player or a draft player myself. I don't really enjoy them in paper, but on Arena, it's doable. It's actually quite a nice experience. The client's really good. You know, you can play against people and not talk to them, which is awesome. I'm sure people like that sometimes. And look at this Legacy League trophy leaderboard. Lewis CBR on top, I believe. Oh, your London's up there, of course. 23. 23 trophies is pretty good. I've played against a lot of these guys. A lot of them I've definitely lost, but it's very cool to be able to play against... Like, you London, I know, pretty much has the same time schedule as I do. There's Bob Huang, Grizzlepuff as well, which is very cool to see. I wonder if I'm on there. I don't think I am. Let's have a look. Kazurban, 1 trophy. There we go. Just saying. Just saying. Hold it up. Oh. Talking about trophies, I have this little piece from a friend who painted it for me. It's myself with Sword of Fire and Ice, which is very cool. Thank you, Max. A huge thank you. Let's join this match and let's get underway. Hopefully playing on the play. We are playing on the play. That is very sweet. Hand disruption? Hand disruption, but a pretty bad hand. Dark Depths being the only land. Can't even crop rotate it. Let's mulligan this. His hand's pretty bad as well. One lander with Bojuka Bog. I think it's a keep just because I don't want to go down to 5. Next turn we do get to Thoughtseize. Next turn we could even play Bob. You know what? There's a bit of 5. I'm gonna be pretty. I think I can be pretty greedy with this. Looking forward to jamming some Storm or Dredge in Legacy with the new mulligan rule. Yeah, I think Dredge definitely benefits as well. You get some pretty good ways to deluge the best 7 of your mulligan. Would I keep this in paper? Probably not. So there we go. That's how we do it. I guess we'll keep this. We'll bottom that. Wasteland pass. I think you definitely got to keep some of those one-landers, but I'm just definitely not experienced enough with this deck to be able to keep them. Windswept Heath, the play. Quite a fair fetch land when it comes to legacy fetch lands. It's going to be a forest. It's interesting. There's a Windswept Heath ourselves, so I'm pretty happy here. Let's go to the fetch. Probably get a Bayou. And pretty happy to Inquisition first. Oh, this looks like... Oh, what is this? A 4-mana flying trample, you can't win the game and your opponents can't lose the game? That's pretty good. I think we care about... probably the Eternal Witness here. We can get everything else with the Thoughtseize, which is nice. And the Witness just allows them to get stuff back. Let's have a little snippy here. This looks like some sort of just Maverick mid-range good stuff deck. Let's take Eternal Witness. Swamp's interesting. Duress. Okay. Duress most likely taking crop rotation. We can definitely play this discard game for a little while longer. Seeing 2 Thoughtseize might be coming down next turn. Taking a Thoughtseize, okay. Fair play, fair play. Mox Diamond. Doesn't do a whole lot in our hand, sadly. What do we care about? This is pretty annoying. I don't think we have a way to get rid of it. You can't win the game and your opponents can't lose the game. You can't win the game and your opponents can't lose the game. I just clicked, so we're going to take it. But I actually don't think it's that relevant because we can still kill them. A 4/3 Knight here is actually a little bit annoying. It can't be first striked with Thespian stage. Sorry, with... you know what I was going to say. Vampire Hexmage, there we go. 4/3 strong. It can be Abrupt Decay, which is pretty good. Dark Depths. Let's play Dark Depths. I feel an Assassin's Trophy coming on. Cabal Therapy. They know about crop rotation. I don't think I crop rotate here. They name crop rotation. Smart. Looks like they're going to go for the Assassin's Trophy right now, most likely on Dark Depths. Scavenging Ooze, okay. Wow. So we could just draw into Thespian stage. We have been pretty lucky tonight, so another Dark Depths isn't great. We can play this Mox. Discard the Dark Depths. But this clock's looking pretty good from them. Screws is going to eat some creatures, so Screws doing the rounds here. Obviously making use of the creatures that I discarded. And next turn's just going to be lethal. Oh. Definitely play this. Didn't eat their Eternal Witness. Interesting. I think we try to save a turn. Although it's not looking good. Especially if they just Assassin's Trophy us here. Good. That's a concession. Okay. I like the lilies. I don't mind the deluge. That's probably it. I think we just take out maybe 2 Thoughtseize and an Inquisition. Everything else seems pretty good. Don't really care about the Assassin's Trophy, I don't think. I think Decay's going to do a hell of a lot. They have a lot of basics in the deck as well. Why didn't you crop rotate in response to the therapy? There wasn't too much we could crop rotate for. We also knew they had the Assassin's Trophy. So if they really thought they were going to get there with some sort of Dark Depths combo, they could have just destroyed it in response anyway. If I did want to crop rotate as well, it puts us off all colors, because the only lands that I had were Dark Depths, Wasteland, and then if I get a Thespian stage, Thespian stage. Let's go ahead with this. Isn't it better to upgrade the Wasteland to anything instead of just losing the card? Yeah, I could definitely see a reason to fire off the crop rotation, especially if you know that they know that you have it. This hand's fine. We got a turn 1 crop rotation, turn 1 Bob, which is quite nice. Leyline of the Void. That's going to be fine. So let's go... Oh, we don't have a... we don't have a second land. That's why we don't keep this. I think I'm happy just to go turn 1 Inquisition. They might have kept a bad hand just because of the leyline. Ah, it's a... Okay. Interesting. Vinemare? What is Vinemare? Can't be blocked by black creatures. That seems pretty good. I think we just go for the Explorer. No. Yeah. They only have 2 lands. I think it's the Explorer. But now we really need to draw into a land as well. Ah, they drew a Duress. Pretty good. I really thought we had a second land, but we of course didn't. Maybe this hand wasn't even a keep. Although getting this Bob online would be instrumental. Gonna take the crop rotation, okay. Do we draw a land? Haha, we do not. It's gonna pass. Not much we can do here. They don't have a drop, which is nice. Safekeeper, I guess we can play it. We do play 27 lands, so we do have at least one coming soon, surely. Green Sun's for 1, okay. Nice. Hey! Haha! Comes in. I guess we can pitch this. Pitch the Bog. And then just play this Bob. Although we can't save it. That's pretty good. They know about Sylvan Scrying, that's for sure. I guess we can bob into Dark Depths and then draw into Thespian stage, into our Veteran Explorer. It's gonna be tough. Okay. Does that mean they didn't draw into a third land, perhaps? Oh, they can flashback the Veteran Explorer if they really want. It means they get Eternal Witness back, or play Eternal Witness, get something else back. We'll definitely search here. Love to use the ability. We only have 2, which is pretty funny. But now the Sylvan Safekeeper is turned on, which is really nice. Whew. Interesting, they're exploring now. So they obviously want something, maybe even just the Windswept Heath, to make sure they have a 5th land next turn. Taking Cabal Therapy, okay. Crop Rotation, nice. Mox Diamond, not so nice. I think we just pass. No real good attacks. Frasca. Okay. I've seen this card actually in the sideboard of Maverick popping up. 2 players now. One that top 16 the Classic on the weekend. They're going to actually make us sack a land. I guess we sack the Swamp. I kind of want double black. I also want Crop Rotation up. I think we just, yeah. So my thought process there is that if they destroy a Mox Diamond, I still want double black for something like Liliana Last Hope. There's nothing really that we can... Oh, we can Crop Rotate, I guess, for... No, we'll leave it. I can Crop Rotate for 1 piece, maybe. I can do it anyway later on. No, let's... Yeah. You know what? Let's just do it now. We'll get Dark Depths because there's more outs to actually being able to turn it on. I just want to get it out of the deck. What do we draw? Bayou, not the greatest. Verdant Catacombs. I think we just play Bayou and pass because it's known information. Vraska's +1 seems really good with Veteran Explorer. The ability to May as well. Draw a card, gain a life, and get 2 basics. That seems insane. Not even going for the attack first is interesting. Savannah for a white source. We don't know any white cards yet. What you got? Duress. That's gonna be fine. Fifth Needle, I just let resolve. Most likely naming the Safekeeper. I think against this matchup we just gotta be really fast, and we won't. We still have the Bob, which is nice, but they can most likely just play this Vine Mare and not really worry about anything that we have. Name's Thespian Stage, okay. Screws is fine. Can become a 3/3. Don't be Thespian Stage. That's classic. Another Bob doesn't seem too shabby. They don't really have a clock, which is great. I think we just play this Verdant and pass. Gonna eat a creature, which makes sense. We don't really have anything else in hand. They know at the Thespian Stage, so they have complete information. We just want to draw into really... This Vine Mare. What's a 5/3? Wow. That's a clock. Can't be blocked by black creatures? That's insane. Baleful Strix, Gomag Engler. There's definitely a few. We're just going to let this through. I think end step it's just technically correct to fetch and take a counter off Dark Depths. You're gonna sack the Screws? No, surely not. Another permanent? You can sack a land as well? Wow. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's get a Bayou. Still can't take a counter off because Dark Depths doesn't... Oh, I have the Mox Diamonds, of course. Another Bob? Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's play Lily. Tick up and target this Ooze. Can't target the Vine Wingmare. Do we play the Bulb? Is that too greedy? I think we do. Might as well. Ah. Greatness at any cost. Any cost. Vrask is pretty good. What's the emblem? You get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game? Wow, okay. That's pretty strong. Looks like Marsh Casualties kicked. Another ley line, that's fine. Legion Wolf, we are 2-0, but we are currently down a game in this matchup, and it's looking pretty grim. Let's be honest. I could trade 2 Confidants here for the Ooze. I don't think it's worth it. We might not get another chance. I think we just trade 1 and just save our life total a little bit and just try to draw out. Hugh TWTV, thank you very much for the follow. Let me know where you're from. What do you play in Legacy? If you play Legacy, if you have like a local meta. What do they have? I have to have another creature or else I can just swing in here. Nothing, okay. Let's not die to Bobs. That's pretty close. Oh, that's just gonna be 5. Oh, that's just game to... Oh no, we can block with the Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay. Okay. So we can still tick up on the Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, the ley line is pretty nice. Hexmage. I think we just pass here. We're at 22. Maybe we attack with 1. They can get another life. I believe Dryad Arbor is currently in the sideboard, which the core rotation would be sweet for. I'm just trying to think. So next turn they can go up. Can we... I think we can attack with both Dark Confidant here. Or at least 1. I think we have to attack with both to put them down to 18. They go back up to 19. And then they die to the Dark Depths, hopefully. I think this is just how we do it. Probably Wasteland them. We haven't seen Wasteland yet in their deck, I don't believe. So we can take them with white here. And now we can just pass turn. Three cards in hand. We don't know any of them. They can still Assassin's Trophy the Dark Depths. Targeting Liliana Last Hope. That's going to be fine. Can't do anything there. Yeah, Vine Wingmare is pretty good. So let's block here. No real point using its ability. Now we just hope they don't have trophy. I'm gonna say they do. They do. Can't do anything there. That's gonna be fine. I think we just get a shuffle. Yeah. I think that's game. We don't really have a way to get rid of the Vine unless we Toxic Deluge, but then we just died at Bob. So we need to draw like land Deluge or land 1-drop Deluge. Urborg. Dark Depths. Ah, so close. We still can't gain life. That's going to be just game. Because I don't believe... Yeah, I don't believe we have a Dryad Arbor in the deck. We can definitely check. Yeah, it's just going to be game. So we can't beat the Vine Wingmare. Or the Vine Mare. So we're 2-1 for our first loss. Pretty rough. But not the end of the stream, which is nice. Pretty cool deck. Pretty cool deck. Always cool to see cards like Vine Mare in Legacy. It is a format where I can definitely see a lot of cards just being good enough in some metas. I guess if you're expecting a lot of Gomag Anglers, a lot of Marit Larges, a lot of Baleful Strixes, then Vine Mare is tech. So good for them. Deck's been pretty strong. We had a pretty rough game 1 there, going down to 5 and keeping a 1-lander that didn't really do anything until turn 4. But that's just Magic sometimes, and we have a pretty good record so far. The 4-1 Dream is still alive, which is always nice. And we are gonna hopefully try and get there with Green-Black Depths. One card that I really like is, I said it before, it gets played in the sideboard sometimes. Where are we? It is called... what's it called? Grid GM, you had it before. Interesting hand. Do we just keep this? We can get a turn 4 Lage. Let's just go with this. Rite of Consumption. Thank you very much. I kind of like Rite of Consumption in the deck. I like just playing the basics. So let's go Forest Mox. Just to play around some sort of discard. Probably getting rid of a Dark Depths. Just to make it look like we're on lands, maybe. Next time we can play this Thespian stage around Wasteland, which is really nice because we can just copy our forest. Cloudpost, interesting. I think we might just have it against Cloudpost. Let's Inquisition them. They might have something like Sorcerer's Spyglass in the main. Grim Monolith. And a lot of big stuff. Okay. So Vesuva can copy something like Dark Depths or Thespian Stage, but it comes in with the counters and we can just... They have the Karakas, but that's pretty rough. So let's take the Grim. Let's play the stage. And pass back. Trophy on post in this matchup is hilarious. Yeah, that seems pretty good. There's Vesuva copying Thespian Stage. Maybe copying Cloudpost. Yeah, okay. So now we need something like Thoughtseize doesn't do it. We know that they have the Karakas, which is rough. I think we just Thoughtseize here anyway. 2, 4. And the cards we know. Endbringer? I don't mind just playing the Dark Depths. Let's just play Dark Depths and see what they do. If they play Karakas, that's fine. We can hopefully draw into something like Crop Rotation or Wasteland. If they play the Karakas, we can then just Thoughtseize them next turn and have another card in that's known, which is nice. Yeah, so I think this turn I'll take the Endbringer because I know that we can take it. Does it matter what we play in a land? I don't think so. I guess they could name Verdant Catacombs with Sylvan Spyglass if they really wanted to. I think they'd probably name part of the combo. So let's just Thoughtseize them. That card is the one that stops you from attacking, right? Yes, it is. Oh, Endbringer is... Oh, sorry, Ulamog as well. They're pretty far away from this for now. So let's just go for the Endbringer. It is what they can cast next turn with the Urborg. And they're a little bit away from... They're not... Actually, they're pretty close to Ulamog, which is pretty rough. 3, 6, 7 mana. Ugh, next turn they have it. Grim Monolith, okay. Yeah, so next turn they definitely have it. So now we really need either Sylvan Scrying or we'll definitely thin our deck just to get that little percentage point. Sylvan Scrying, Crop Rotation, or Wasteland would be sweet. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Vampire Hexmage. Not as great, but they might... We'll see what happens. We'll play out Hexmage. They can even just tap their mana without tapping the Karakas here. That's pretty rough. What do they target? Yeah. I think then it's just... Do we just use it anyway? It puts it in the bin, which doesn't really mean much anyway. I think we just... copy them anyway. We'll keep this one. Ah, Sylvan Safekeeper would have done it as well. Oh, they know how to use Karakas. Interesting. I think what is dead. We have a Karakas in the board, maybe? Shall we concede? We shall. Alright, so what do we like? I think the Inquisitions can most likely come out. The trophies seem really good. I'm not sure about anything else. Maybe Deluge, that's all I can really think of. Maybe the Dryad Arbor? No. Dryad Arbor does nothing really. Lily, nah. Duress, probably not. Deluge? Maybe it's Deluge. Maybe it's just these three for the 3 Inquisitions. I think that's pretty fine. To be fair, it was a pretty slow hand, but it was kind of cool just to keep a hand like that to see how it goes. Yes. We can turn 2 Dark Depths. Vugan, interesting. This seems pretty strong. Do we care about anything? I think we only care about Karakas, but we have the Safekeeper. I don't think they play anything like Wasteland or... I think we just go for it here, just to stop anything, because we have the Safekeeper anyway. There's nothing they can do, I believe. Yeah. Yay! I can see why you played the deck, James. One sec. Let me just get my music back if that's cool. We will begin sideboarding. We'll just go back to the same deck. What do we think of this hand? I don't mind it. I like Thoughtseize, I like Assassin's Trophy. Let's keep this. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Assassin's Trophy. Leyline the Void is fine. Hopefully they kept a pretty shoddy hand because of Leyline. Grim, okay. Catacombs. Let's go Urborg into Thoughtseize. What's their payoff card? Okay, nothing. That's kind of scary for us. Temple Vesuva. Okay. Don't draw Thought Knot. Okay. That's still pretty scary. Is that going to be Walking Ballista? Endbringer. Endbringer's going to be fine. I think we just do it now so they can't draw a card off the Endbringer at least. Did they play a waste? They don't. Okay. A little bit of info for us. 3 cards in hand. Eldrazi Temple, one of them. Don't be Spyglass. Chalice for 1. Okay. That does turn off. That does turn off. Oh, Sylvan Scrying. Interesting. I think we get out Hexmage. And then we just play a Verdant and pass. Could also play this stage, so the next turn if they kill the Hexmage, we can just go and we can hopefully draw something. Like Dark Depths. Khan's gonna be fine. Unless they tick down for card advantage, maybe? They're just gonna go up. Okay. Oh, okay, so, what do they get? Choose a card. The chosen card will be put into their hand. They can have Thought Knot Seer. I think. Yeah. Thought Knot Seer? Oh, Safekeeper! Oh, we need double green if we really want to do both. I think here we just go for... Safekeeper gets hit by Chalice anyway. Dark Depths. Play Dark Depths. Swing Khan, I guess? Yeah, Surgical is like $60 online. They should be in this deck, but I sold them. Because I was like, I want that. Interesting. They can have the Monolith. So what'd they draw? Grim Monolith, that's fine. And now they just have Thought-Knot Seer in hand with another card that we know of, because we put it in the hand. I find things like that happen a lot where you realize you played the wrong land. If we played a green source last turn, it would be great. Yeah, for sure. I think I played the stage because if we drew Dark Depths and they had gotten rid of the Hexmage, we still had a 20/20 on their end step. It was just a case of making sure that by our last turn we had both the lands in play, but it worked out, which is nice. But I can definitely see where you're coming from, because yeah, second green source there would have been awesome. But with the Chalice of the Void, it didn't really matter. Alright, I guess we'll go for the 4-1. Thank you guys for sticking around. And apologies for the technical difficulties at the start. Just a bit of Australian internet for you guys. Getting closer as well to the 400 follower giveaway, which is very cool. Had a few local players win the previous giveaways, which is awesome. I mean, it's great to give away to local players, but there have been international players that I have posted cards off to as well. Simic Demir, make your mind up. So, thank you very much for the follow. Let me know where you're from, if you play Legacy, what you play in Legacy, what your local scene is like. That'd be pretty cool. Simic Demir. Two very interesting color combinations, especially when it comes to Legacy. Demir getting some love recently, especially with the sort of ninja decks that are coming up. Jokes don't get more Dougal than that. One of my best, and I keep it for the stream because I love you guys. Love you guys. Would love to win this last game. I mean, this deck's been a pleasure to play. It is, of course, Legion Wolf's list. Without the Surgicals, we're playing the 2 Fairy Macabres in the Nihil Spellbomb, which hasn't mattered too much yet. So hopefully we don't jinx ourselves and play against something like lands. Lands would be interesting, actually. I wouldn't mind lands. I am missing lands for Legacy, Love, EDH. What are you playing EDH? This hand... I think this hand is fine. We get to Thoughtseize turn 1, that seems great. We have some synergy with Abrupt Decay next turn. We can Wasteland. We'll keep this. Lejay, don't know what you're on. Oh, what's this? So I just... Oh, you can move this up and down? That's kind of cool. Let's start off with a Swamp. Hey, good luck. Alright, what are we going to get? Ooh, okay, this looks like a Sylvan Plug kind of deck. I think I care about the Sylvan Library here. I can Abrupt Decay everything else. Just in case they play like they have like a Mox Diamond in their deck, I kind of just want to take the Sylvan Library here. Although they do have a pretty slow start, which is great for us. Oh man, I didn't realize you didn't have Surgical. It really is important versus the combo decks with discard. For sure. For sure. I can definitely see why that is. What do I want to do here? I think I want to Thoughtseize again. And then just play the Verdant to play around Wasteland. Probably just taking a Knight here. Knight into Wasteland is pretty rough. Simic to me, anything combo, keep jumping between decks, mostly blue. That's fair enough. I feel like blue would be one of the more powerful EDH colors, especially with the tutor effects and just all-around counter spells. depends on your preference, but if you click the reveal tab, you can click the X to remove cards as they play them instead of just sniping. Oh, that's really cool. Sylvan Library, okay. Thespian stage. I think here we just play stage and pass turn. This means if they try to Wasteland us, we can copy a forest, which is nice. It's probably greedy, Legion Wolf, but have you played a Ancient Tomb in the list? So you can try to crop rotation for the 2 mana you need for Thespian stage. I know they play it in land sometimes. I'm not sure if it's just too awkward in the deck here when you're still wanting to play things like Dark Confidant and Vampire Hexmage turn 2. Paying some mana, okay. There's Knight. I think here we definitely just go for a basic forest. And Abrupt Decay this guy. Another Dark Depths is kind of nice. I kind of want to go for it here. They're most likely a Wasteland deck, seeing they're playing both Night of the Reliquary and Corsair. And right now we don't really have a good out. I honestly can't believe people are queuing up with Corsair Crewfix against people queuing up with Grizzlebrands. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough. So we really only care about Karakas if we do Thespian stage now. We care about Wasteland as well if we don't. Also Ghost Quarter if they play it. So I'm actually pretty happy here just to try to go for Dark Depths this turn. We'll keep this one. We still have a Dark Depths in hand as well, which is nice. I did get the Forest, but it would have been great to get a Bayou just so next turn, if we draw a Vampire Hexmage, we could have Dark Depths combo all over again next turn. This Maverick Liege, though, definitely just in the blind. I mean, the deck could have something like a Flicker Wisp in the deck, which would be pretty rough. Looks like they're going down to 2. They drew 8 cards. Wow. Mox Diamond. There goes Bojuka Bog. What do you got? There's a Corsair. Tower of the Magistrate on top. Do they have anything? Do they have swords as well? Birds of Paradise! Okay. That's something. Crop rotation. Oh, we can crop into the one that gives free color, right? And give pro. They have no colored mana up, so we can just do this now. Crop rotate this. We can go and get Steppe. Target this. Oh. Color green. Okay. Attack. Nice. Okay. We know what we're playing against, which is awesome. Kind of. I think Liliana's pretty good. I don't mind the Toxic Deluge as well, and maybe 1 trophy. We can probably cut... This is interesting. What would you cut, Legion Wolf? Maybe some discard? Maybe like a Thoughtseize. Decays seem great against them. Maybe Trophy isn't worth it, because they do play a lot of basics. I think everything we care about is most likely going to be Abrupt Decayable. Is it even a case of sideboarding? Maybe it's a case of just putting in the Deluge and going, here's my list, deal with it. I don't mind this. Lily's pretty good, but maybe on the draw, we'll just drop one more piece of hand disruption. Actually, maybe I'll take out a library. I think one library's fine. These decks can go long, but it's not going to be something like Miracles where Sylvan Library is just so important to keep up with card advantage. This hand's interesting. We're so close to just having it. But if we don't have another land. We are a game up, so I'm not too unhappy about just being a little bit more aggressive with my hands, and I think this is fine. We're really just keeping a turn 1 Thoughtseize with Dark Depths backup. If it was an Urborg, it would be a sweet keep. Yeah, I think we're happy to keep this. We have a lot of mana sources to draw into, which is nice. Yeah. Ah! Yeah, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. They've gone down to 6. We have a Thoughtseize. This is going to work out well. I would keep this hand on the draw. Nice. Yeah, I think we have some pretty good draws. They don't seem like a very fast deck, which is great. If anything, we're scared of something like another Reliquary coming online, most likely. Mox Diamond. Chalice for 1? This could be a Chalice deck for all we know. They do play Birds of Paradise, but they could just have it as a Green Sun's target. Spyglass, okay. Spyglass most likely naming Vampire Hexmage. They're down to 2 cards, but so if we take the card that they paid off with, like Knight of the Reliquary, then we're going to be pretty happy. But how will you ever beat this Tower of Magistrate? I know, right? Oh, just gonna play another Mox Diamond. And discard a card? Okay. So I guess that turns off our Thoughtseize. Oh, there's Urborg. I think we just lead on Urborg. Yeah, let's just lead on Urborg and pass. Interesting. Thoughtseize. Think we just... What can they have? Engineered Plague's pretty good. Most likely naming Vampire or Shaman. Another Urborg's not great. We can definitely Thoughtseize them. Ghost Quarter. Oh man, I was hoping for lands. Sorry, man. Green Suns for 3 is pretty good. I think we're just like a step behind. The turn 1 Thoughtseize did nothing because they had 0 cards in hand. And then when we Thoughtseize there, we hit nothing. You need a Corsair. Interesting. Bayou's actually quite nice. You get to play this Sylvan Library. And then just pass turn. Lingering Souls. That's pretty good. I will not lie. That's going to happen. We can't do anything there. What's this naming? Vampire. So we can play Bob next turn. These Inquisitions do nothing. I think we'll Bob and then crop rotate to shuffle everything else away. Memory Souls is going to be pretty good. No blocks. I think we do this in upkeep so that if they try to Ghost Quarter us, we can just make Thespian Stage a copy of a basic. Should have got rid of the Urborg because I have a second one. That makes no sense to get rid of our only green source. And that's why. I think we just pass here. Oh! I'm playing another Bob. I think we're just dead if we do. Let's put back the Safekeeper. We can pay 4 to keep this. We can play the stage. We can play Bob. I think we just block the Dryad Arbor here. I kind of want to keep my life a little bit intact. But this doesn't look too good now. Decay, Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay. So what do we care about? We probably want to keep the trophies in, to be honest. Maybe Marsh Casualties. We did see a lot of X1s. They did also go empty hand pretty fast, so maybe we take out some discard. And just go down to 2 Thoughtseize, because they can hit everything. Maybe 3 Thoughtseize. Don't mind Liliana. Okay, let's just do this. We're in. We're going for the 4-0. We are 1-1 apiece. Whew. Hand's not the worst. I think it's definitely better 6s. We do have turn 1 interaction into Hexmage, which isn't too bad. It seems quite fair, but we're up against a pretty fair matchup. We can slow them down, hopefully, with this Thoughtseize. Okay. I think we take the Plague. Even though the Sylvan Library is so good, the Plague just kind of takes us off our plan of actually using this Hexmage to get the win. I could have definitely copied his Forest as well. Last turn instead of playing the second Bob. I think the worst draw here for us would be a Mox for them. But it's not, so that's nice for us. Wasteland, interesting. Let's just go for Hexmage. Wonder if they go for End-Step Dryad Arbor. Looks like they won't. Looks like they're going to do nothing, which is interesting. Let's go after their mana a little bit. Forest, Snow-Covered Plains, Verdant. Would love to see some sort of discard. We don't. We see the Forest. Okay. Marsh Casualties, okay. Even though this Wasteland is most likely going to hit our Bayou, I'm pretty happy just to probably sack here and hit it. It stops something like a Knight of the Reliquary coming down next turn. Pretty aggressive line, but I think it's worth it. Ghost Quarter, interesting. Still not playing this, another Hexmage. Hopefully they don't have another Engineered Plague in the deck. That'd be pretty rough. No black mana yet. Sylvan Library, there it is. That's gonna be fine. What do we draw into? Ooh, yeah. We'll play a Verdant and just pass. We still know they have a Verdant. That's it? Okay. What are they looking for? Probably a Knight. A Knight or a Corsair is a great way to stop some of this bleeding and gain some life back. Corsair with Sylvan Library is so nice, but you got to really play a deck that can be good in the early games against unfair decks to be able to play the Corsair and set up the Sylvan Library and all that jazz. They don't pay for anything. Okay. This looks like a Corsair. A Knight, okay. There's a 6/6. I think we just fetch here anyway. Oh, we have nothing? No! No! Oh, wow, we have it all in hand? Okay. Another Hexmage. Can't do too much here. There's no point attacking. Just to get 2 in. Not looking too good. Maybe it was just too fair of a start. I mean, Thoughtseize, Vampire Hexmage, Wasteland, 4 lands isn't the sexiest keep. Maybe that second Sylvan Library is just so good. I wonder if that fetch land also gave away that I'm just Wastelandable and Ghost Quarterable. Another Knight's pretty good. Cabal Pit? Yuck. I guess we can play this and then just pass. It's probably worth trying once more. Green Suns for 3. Hopefully not Ramanap. It's going to be Ramanap, okay. Getting back Wasteland. Another Dark Depths, interesting. With the Ramanap, this is pretty brutal. We don't really have a good out here. I think it's just going to be game. I was really hoping to draw something there. I guess we could respond here if we wanted to. I think it's the only chance we'll get. Yeah. No, I moved first when I should not have moved first. I kind of forgot about this Knight, but of course now if I sack this, they can Ghost Quarter. If I sack this, they can Knight. I think we just concede. And we take the 3-2. So pretty sad there. We do get a box to open, which is always pretty fun. But overall, the deck was really strong. It's really my experience that got us the 3-2. What do we get? 15 play points. Hey all. Yeah, the list was pretty sweet. I would love to play a Rider Consumption, especially against a lot of those decks. Rider Consumption just would have been so good. Where are we? Legacy. Black-green depths. There wasn't anything that we didn't really bring in other than the Graveyard Hate and the Karakas, which I think just have to be there. If you're going to play in Legacy, you need Graveyard Hate, and just Karakas is so good against a lot of decks. The Chokes were really good, the Dryad Arbor was fine, the Marsh Casualties and Toxic Deluge was good. We didn't really run into any decks that really needed them. I mean, against a lot of decks we played, we could have just kept the same 60 and been pretty happy with it. I think that's pretty safe to say. But yeah, I think I'll definitely run this deck back again at some point. I'm not too sure when though. Yeah, it was a really fun deck to play. I think it's a great deck to play if you want to learn about other strategies within Legacy. You have a pretty straightforward game plan, so you can take some time to really get to know the game plan of other decks. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. This has been Greenback Depths in Legacy. You can catch me on this Sunday morning from 9:45 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time, or on Wednesday nights at 7:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Next week, I believe I'll be doing a Thursday because they do have scheduled maintenance for the Wednesday. But that's going to be fine. We're still going to get our reps in, which is good. I'm going to raid someone now because it's definitely worth sending through a raid. I did see the Oracle was playing. That's going to be... Squad Chief is actually playing some blue-white in Modern, I believe, which is pretty cool. But thank you guys again so much for coming in and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I'll see you next time.